Good evening. My name is Hunter Boyer, and I'm here to present to you my self-assessment project I was assigned for business communications. Now, as a professor said, we have to really dive deep into self-criticism in this assignment. This is very crucial to figure out who you are as a person and where your strengths and weaknesses lie and how you can better improve yourself. I often sit there and say, just like the Grinch does, I'm an idiot. Because sometimes I feel like I have done the wrong move or done something bad to where I sit there and I knew I could have done better, but I just didn't. This all comes down to self-criticism, learning your strengths, learning your weaknesses, and I have firsthand experience with this throughout baseball. Baseball is a very intricate game, and you always have a next play mentality. So you got to know your strengths and weaknesses, and you focus on your weaknesses. So if you make an error in the field, you got to sit there and think about what went wrong, why it went wrong, how it went wrong, and you got to focus on taking step-by-step movements to focus on improving to where it doesn't happen again. Now, in this presentation, I'll be talking to you about my strengths, my weaknesses, and my three main points will be mostly my weaknesses. I am a big time procrastinator. I will push things off if I don't have to do it right then and there. I will wait till the last minute on everything. Also, want to be able to become a better presenter. I have trouble sometimes talking into a screen or talking in front of class because I just don't feel comfortable or confident in my speaking and just my presentation in general. And then I also want to talk to you about how I want to be able to work more efficiently in a workplace, or if it's for school, be able to just work efficiently and get things done in a timely manner and in a perfect manner. Now I'm going to talk to you about some of my strengths. Got these all from the questionnaire, figured them out, diving deep into myself to figure out what I was good at and how I've had experience and how I can show myself what I was good at. I really do enjoy working with people. I can work independently, and I can work just fine independently, but I also do enjoy time working with other people. It's a good social atmosphere and everything. I can communicate efficiently when it's one-on-one. I can get my point across, you can get your point across, we understand each other, and if there's anything we don't understand, we can talk about it and eventually come to a good conclusion between each other. And like I said when I was talking about working well with others, I can work well independently. I can go into work on my own, just me, and be able to get all the necessary things done that have to be done in a two-person shift. I'm very honest. I will be straight up. I'm not going to beat around the bush. If something went wrong, I'm going to tell it to you just how it was and be truthfully honest with you. I have a good work ethic. If I know something has to be done, I will do it. There's no pushing it back. If it has to be done right then, right there, I will be able to do it 100%. And also have a good sense of humor, which ties back into enjoying working with others. I can get along with other people, other co-workers, and I can adapt to sense of humors and figure out how people act, and by that I can work well together. But with these strengths, there come many weaknesses. Some of my weaknesses are step-by-step instructions. I can't fully take each step-by-step unless I am actually sitting there getting reminded each step of the way. I can come to a final product. I may not follow the step-by-step instructions, but I can come to a final product and I just forget steps all the time with step-by-step instructions. Sometimes I can be known to work too fast too. And this kind of ties down to step-by-step instructions. I work too fast to follow step-by-step, or I work too fast in something, and it ultimately doesn't have the perfect final output. I really don't want to relocate far for a job or for a career. I want to stay in the southeast region, near Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, like this region. I grew up in it. I've always liked it. I've had no interest of leaving. And I don't know, that's just, yeah. As I just pointed out, right here, and give you an example, I can freeze up in some presentations. Sometimes I get scatterbrained, my mind just jumps from one place to another while presenting instead of staying on our topic. This can really come back to bite me when it comes to presenting. And procrastination. Procrastination is at its finest right now. I'm waiting. I didn't want to do this project. I was cooking a bagel before this because I know that it's hard for me to take that first step into starting to do something. And yeah, it's getting started is what really gets me in procrastination. On the topic of procrastination, we're here to my first goal. My first goal of this semester is to improve my procrastination. I can procrastinate, or I have been procrastinating for a couple years. I just always pushed it back, I'll do it later, I got it, don't worry about it, I'll do it later, and it comes back to bite me in the butt. I will be staying up till 2 in the morning trying to finish something that I should have had finished at 10 o'clock at night. But now that I have self-assessed myself, realized that I have bad procrastination habits and all that, I want to take step-by-step precautions on being able to help myself with this this weakness. I want to be able, so I'm going to take step 1, and that's going to be trying to plan my days in advance. So I'm going to try to set out schedules like 8 o'clock, let me wake up, let me get to work until 10 till 11 I can take a break and all this, and just plan it out. So that way I'm better at work and I'm better at all this, so I'm getting work done. Step 2 is I want to learn how to improve arrival times. I can sit there and show up to the parking lot about 15 minutes before class, but I will sit there on my phone procrastinating because I don't want to go in. So this can come back to bite me. Instead of being early, reviewing stuff before I go into class, I just have time to sit down in class and we're getting started. My next step would be trying to use a reminder app to keep me up to date on everything that I have going on for that day and what time to set out and all that. The main reason I want to improve this is because it'll make me a better worker, make me a better person in general at whatever I want to do, whether it's my career or my job. I'll be able to get work done on time and not have to be pushing it back and stressing myself out on all the work that has to be done. My second goal is to become a better presenter. I want to be able to just have an immense amount of confidence in my topics that I'm talking about, and how I can present them to people and just feel good about what I'm talking about to the crowd. This would be crucial in any job circumstance, whether it's a career or job, you're in marketing, or you're just down at the bottom of the totem pole. It's crucial to be able to be a good presenter so that you can get your point across. And as you said in class, that one day, 93%, I think, is nonverbal communication. So you got to be able to be a good presenter, talk with your hands, and be able to really show the crowd that you're confident in what you're talking about, and you know that what you're talking about, and improve on that. Another step that I'm going to take to it is practice speaking to the people that I know, gain confidence that way a little bit, talking to people that you already know instead of just going out into a random crowd, talking to them, introducing your topics and running over everything. That would help out. And another step is I want to try to put myself in uncomfortable positions, so that way it forces me to start becoming more comfortable with positions like this, talking into the screen or talking in front of the class. I really want to become a better presenter because looking back on the questionnaire, I really noticed myself. I have good oral communication when it's one-on-one talking, but if you get in front of a big crowd or presenting in a class or board meeting, I tend to have a little bit of stage fright and I just freeze up. Next goal would become become a more efficient worker. I want to do this because I feel like that's key to any job or career, is working efficiently and getting everything done that needs to be done in a timely manner and getting it done properly. I want to take steps to this, becoming efficient in communication, because I believe communication is key in anything, any aspect of life. You got to communicate. Another step is, like I said, in my weaknesses, I work too fast. So I want to be able to work hard and patiently at the same time. So I want to be able to patiently go step by step in the instructions and be able to do it hard and efficiently and just get everything done on task. And then another step, I feel like efficiency, you got to have a good workplace. So I want to have good relationships with all of my coworkers to make a workspace or a living space or whatever more likable and enjoyable, and just a better fun-filled environment that will end up helping you become more efficient. So reviewing everything, I've talked about my strengths, hard worker and everything. Talked about my weaknesses, which is presenting and procrastination and all that. Talked to you about steps to improving procrastination, how I want to take steps to improve it, to plan out my days, use apps and all this. Becoming a better presenter, that will only come through in situations like this, presenting to a screen, presenting to a class, being able to communicate efficiently with my body language and my language in general. And I want to become a more efficient worker. That's just going to help me in any aspect of life to becoming efficient in any way. Conclusion, engaging with the self-assessment questionnaire has really helped me out with self-criticizing myself, figuring out my strengths, my weaknesses, and I plan on using all of the steps and using all of these signs that I've gotten through the questionnaire to really help me improve myself. And as Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, hasta la vista, baby.